Pushback tonight over the clerical sex abuse investigation of New York's 8 Catholic dioceses. The state's Attorney General Barbara Underwood launched the probe and issued subpoenas. In a statement, Underwood said, quote, "Victims in New York deserve to be heard. We are going to do everything in our power to bring the justice they deserve." The head of the Catholic League, Dr. Bill Donohue, is criticizing the Attorney General, calling her action unjust. He joins us now. Bill, tell me, what is wrong with the Underwood investigation?
What's wrong with it is that it presumes that the Catholic Church owns this problem. As a matter of fact, we don't own this problem. We have the best record of any institution, private or public, in the United States. 0.005% of the priests in the United States have had a credible accusation made against them in the last 2 years. No institution can match that. Now, if you want to open up the records of all other religions and all other private non-sectarian groups and the public schools, then I'm all in favor of that. That's fine. But when you cherry pick my religion, then that smacks of bigotry.
And Bill, you're applauding Cardinal Timothy Dolan for the New York Archdiocese investigation, and that was the one that uncovered the charges against Theodore McCarrick. Do you think the church is adequately prepared to investigate itself?
I think that I'm going to give you a two-part answer. At the macro level in Rome, I think the answer is no. They've had a lot of opportunities there to clean up things, and they have not. In the United States, and not just because I'm an American, but we've had some progress made since 2002, and they've done a very, very good job. And just mention Cardinal Dolan. Most viewers don't understand that Cardinal Dolan was the one who outed Cardinal McCarrick. It wasn't the civil authorities. It was his own independent compensation and reconciliation program. In Brooklyn, has a similar type program. So no, I think that in terms of the states and the United States, I think they're entirely capable of reforming themselves. They've done a splendid job. I am less sure about Rome.
The former Vatican ambassador, speaking of Rome to the United States, Archbishop Carlo Vigano, has called for the Pope to resign. Do you know him, and do you think the Holy Father should step down?
Well, it's not the role of the Catholic League to be so presumptuous and to engage in kind of a lay clericalism and to be that arrogant that I'm going to tell the Pope what he ought to do. I'm here to defend wrongdoing against the church. I'm not here to defend wrongdoing of the church. Do I know Bishop Vigano? I do know him, and I know he's as a man of integrity, but I'm not at liberty to get into the details as to why I think he's a man of integrity. But yes, I do know him, and I think very highly of him.
The leader of the U.S. Bishops' Conference, Cardinal Daniel DiNardo, he's calling for answers urgently to the Vigano allegations. But Francis has chosen to be silent about the accusations, at least for now. What do you think about that silence?
Well, it's not going to work. Nobody can stonewall their way out of this. I mean, Cardinal DiNardo did the right thing, and I've spoken to other bishops and cardinals, and I know what they're thinking too. We want an answer to the question, especially what happened over the weekend. Now that we have positive proof that in the year 2000, that Rome was aware that McCarrick was a predator. In 2001, he was elevated to the Archbishop in Washington, and then in that same year, 2001, he was made a cardinal. Oh no, if Vigano has said there's a big, fat, thick dossier on McCarrick, we need to see it, and no one's going to stop this investigation. The Catholic League stands with Cardinal DiNardo, the head of the USCCB. We've got to get to the bottom of this and find out what happened, who knew what, when, and why did they elevate this man?
Bill, my last question for you. Where do you see all these investigations, these probes ending up, really quickly?
Well, I'm going to have more to say about this, and I am going to be writing to the estates attorney generals across the United States. We want an equal playing field. Don't just choose the Catholic Church to open up its files. I want to see the files in the public schools and in all other religions, and of the psychiatrists and the psychologists and the therapists and the coaches and everybody else who's involved, where you have interaction between adults and minors. They say we don't own this problem, and we should not be selectively chosen. This is Catholic profiling at its worst.
Bill, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so much.